Welcome back. This is the What Podcast, and I'm standing here. We're at the Caverns in Grundy County, Tennessee, and I'm here with somebody you've probably seen
The
at
beautiful
Bonnaroo.
caverns, as a matter of fact, in the mountains here. Yeah.
It is beautiful. This is Dancing Chris. Is that what you're known as? Or?
The dancing man and the people that have met me. I'm Chris. Yeah, pretty much how it works.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I know I've seen you at
Well, except I
Bonnaroo.
went to Legend Valley one year, and there's like 5,000 people calling me Chris. I'm like, did something just drop on Instagram or something? Because not everybody. I haven't met everybody here. So, but yeah.
You've probably gone viral at least once or twice.
Well, in this occupation, you better accept being called the dancing man because that's what they're going to call you anyway. So you better be good with it. I'm
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
so tell us about yourself. You've got a lot of wristbands on. You've been to multiple Bonnaroos, multiple festivals. This isn't even half of it, right?
Oh no, this is just like I don't know if the right word is a compilation. It's there's only one of each, and like when I go to an event for the next year, I'll take off last year's and put a new one on. But they didn't all give cloth wristbands, so this is just the last fest of each. Here's the lock-in from 2015. That was the year I did 26 music fests in a row that I did.
26
Yeah,
music
one every
festivals in a
weekend.
row?
Well, that was just the summer. I did the rest of the year too.
Oh, I'm sorry. Just 26 in the summer.
Well, yeah, one every weekend. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Well, I wanted to make sure if they had a Guinness World Record or whatever, that nobody would be even foolish enough to try to outdo that.
No, I think you've got it.
Well, I got
Yeah.
the foolishness part. Yeah, and so all I did was apply it. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Awesome. So you're going to Bonnaroo this year, right?
Yeah, because if I don't show up, they've sort of all seen me there, and they'd all be looking in the obituary if I didn't show up. So yeah, I'll be at Bonnaroo.
Yeah, it'd be like if the arch were missing. It'd be like,
Yeah.
where is he? You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you're parked here. You're camping. You live full time out of your van, right?
Yeah, there's no backup. It's just me. I'm the last hippie standing at, pretty much. Yeah. I
See,
live in my van. I follow the Grateful Dead.
I think that's
We
awesome.
go across the country. Yeah,
Yeah.
the Grateful Dead is still playing.
Yes, yeah. So no fixed address. You just go, and wherever you're at, that's where you're at, right?
No family behind me.
No
No
family?
property. It's just me and my appreciation for other human beings, and I thrive on that. And when I see
love that.
when I see that, what everybody else does, they're going to work and trying to keep property and paying taxes and going to work and cleaning the gutters and doing boring shit and wasting their life scrolling on Netflix or whatever the fuck they're doing. I realize that this may be a trepidatious way to live. There's no backup. It's just me.
Yeah.
But when I see the way other people are living, I'm like, well, that's not even. I don't want to. I got kicked hard to get here. I lost everything, and it's a really, really long story, which we won't get into. But had I not been kicked out of the life I had before, 3 or 4 times I've been kicked out of my prior life, then I wouldn't be in this position. And
Yeah.
when I compare being able to do this, go across the country and meet all these beautiful people, then I realize it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing.
It gives you an appreciation for it after you've lost.
Well, it's sort of like I used to have old English sheepdogs, and before I was a dancer, I was known for my sheepdog. And if I go someplace and my dog was there, everybody's always asking me. And I never had him on a leash in his whole life. He was never fenced in or anything. Well, I told him he could go out after 10 o'clock, but he has to be on the step at 6 o'clock in the morning. And he did. But I knew he could be killed at any time with that. I told him about the street. He knew about the street. We looked him dead in the eye. He'd been taught that. So I trusted him. I mean, I know he's going to be out all night long, and he's looking for the ladies or whatever. He's a ladies' man. And, and that he's going to be crossing streets. And I knew he could get killed. He was always next to my knee when I was walking, but I know he's all night long. He's crossing streets.
Mm-hmm.
And I would rather let the dog run free and get killed at a young age than to sit under the couch his whole life. And
Right.
that dog that dies at 5 years old, that's out, has seen the world, has seen more than the dog that lasts till 20 years old. And that's the way I see it with my life. It's the same thing. I want to embrace the unusual and take it for everything it is. And again, all I have to do is compare what everyone else is. I went through this town in Florida. It's called The Villages. And for anybody who doesn't know, bring a vomit bag before you come to The Villages, because they're all riding around in golf carts and stuff. These
I've heard of this village,
Yeah.
the villages, yeah.
And I see what they're doing. They're all living in these McMansions and stuff, and it's deplorable, the materialistic way that they live. That's why we come to festivals for open-minded people. That's why we do it.
It's a good point.
Festivals are about people. They're not about music. Don't. String Cheese is here this weekend. Don't tell String Cheese. But it's the festivals are about a celebration about life. That's what festivals are. Where humans are an animal, and we happen to be the only animal that throws a party in celebration of life. And a music festival is a celebration about humans and their interactions and life.
It's so true, yeah.
Well, we need the music. I mean, somebody invite String Cheese. I mean, pay the band, please. Right. But it's about people. That's why we're here. It's about people who are thinking differently or doing different things.
Yeah. So tell me about the dancing. Did you just get up and start dancing at one show and then...
Well, it's just hard. I guess you guys, I mean, I have no problem explaining this. I'm a very open person. It's just like some people are going to find this somewhat bizarre, but that's just the way my life runs. Okay?
No, you bizarre?
Well, so anyway, to answer your question, I like my first girlfriend. I married my first girlfriend, and I married a stripper who got kicked out of law school. Well, after she tried to extort the married professor, she had sex with him, and he kicked her out.
Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
She was a very sweet individual, a real gold digger. And anyway, I was her third husband, and she was a sociopath, a narcissist, a drug addict, and an alcoholic, smart and vicious. And she put me in jail 9 times trying to get the name on the title to my house that was paid off.
Wow.
And when I wouldn't put her name on the title of the house, she would start beating on me, hoping I would hit her. And I would not. Mm-hmm. And she figured out, oh, well, shit, I'll just call the police. Anyway, they'll come. And he's a guy. He's going to get arrested. She'll be crying. And sure enough, that's what happened. So anyway, 10 and a half dumb years later, I divorced her. And I lost all my property, my apartment buildings, my 2 houses on the lake, my car collection, everything. And I was living in my car. And I was really happy because she used to attack me in the middle of the night. Her name is Peggy if she wants to sue me, yeah. Because the truth is the ultimate defense. And so anyway, I realized, wow, I'm still alive. She couldn't take me. I still got myself. I'm still alive, one.
Yeah.
And I still got my soul, two. And so I was so happy I started dancing. You would too.
Yeah.
I was dancing in celebration. And if you pay attention to my dance move, most of them are in reverse. I'm still backing away from her. So what happened? What happened was I went up to the Wisconsin State Fair. And I'm just like, I just want to dance. And I started dancing. And I just never, ever stopped. In fact, that's where I got these sunglasses.
Mm-hmm. From the Wisconsin State Fair.
On a Thursday afternoon, they had all these tents out on the lot.
Yeah. Big
white tents. And I go into one tent, and the only people in the tent are me, the bartender, and the band. And of course, I'm dancing immediately. I'm just like, I'm so happy to be alive. I'm on it. Mm-hmm. And a couple songs in, the lead singer, he bends down on the stage, he picks up these sunglasses, he goes, Here, put these on while you dance. And that's where these stupid ass sunglasses come from. That
You haven't taken them off since.
well, the problem is, Russ, you can't. Because if you take them off, then everybody's asking where they are, even at 2 in the
Right.
morning,
Mhm.
and so they sort of become a part of my yeah. Well, I don't really want to be known for these glasses, but they're a great conversation starter, and they were meant. The band was meant to.
It was meant to be.
Yeah, it was meant to. Yeah, because otherwise, yeah. So that's pretty much what started the whole dancing. I was homeless and happy to be alive, and I knew I wasn't going to stay down. I've been kicked many times in my life, and I always know that I'm gonna bring myself back up.
Wow, what a story! And all right, so you've been through a lot.
Oh,
What
much
did
more than that.
much? Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sure there's more. But
yeah.
what advice would you give to somebody who is maybe dealing with some shit that they, like you, maybe they've gone through divorce or, lost.
That's a really good question.
Yeah.
Well, the answer is simple. I'd never thought of a question like that before, but the answer is simple. It's extremely simple. And this applies to your whole life, no matter what situation it is. You always have to have confidence in yourself. Because if you think you're beaten, you are. If you dare not, you don't. If you think you're going to lose, you've already lost.
That's so true, yeah.
And the difference between the person that merely survives and the person that thrives is the person that has the confidence that whatever comes in front of them, okay, you haven't seen this situation before, but you have the confidence in yourself that you're going to do it. And the inverse is horrible, because if you don't have confidence in yourself, then you get defeated. And now you start getting a scorecard in your brain that, oh, I could lose at this. And so it's a self-fulfilling prophecy that you don't put out the effort to know you're going to win, and you send yourself down a path of losing because you've gotten used to it. I don't accept losing. I've been kicked many times, and it's taken me years to get back on my feet. The whole time I knew I was going to get back on my feet. And every single time, and this may be the advice to the people, every single time I've gotten back up, it's a lot of work. I always knew I could do it. But every single time I came back, I was in a better position than I was when I started out.
Yeah.
And I never would have gotten there had it not happened. So you have to have the confidence that whatever's situation is in front of you, that you're going to tackle it. And sure shit, you will. You will. Yeah.
That's kind of what I was looking for.
No successful person has ever doubted themselves. I'm not saying that everybody does the right thing at the right time. I make as many mistakes as any other human. But I always know that I'm going to put out as much effort, and I'm going to make sure that I do win. Because if I lose, I allow myself to lose, I've lost. I've lost the time trying, if I'm still trying. I've lost maybe whatever money I had in some project that I didn't finish or whatever. So I've lost time and money.
Mm-hmm.
And the alternative is stick it out. Have confidence. Be confident. Always. Never, ever, ever. Don't ever doubt yourself. Nobody knows what's going on in this world. We're all different. There is no normal. We all got different DNA. And we all got different memories. Our memory banks are our experiences in life. And that's what makes people so unique and enjoyable, is that we're all different. And you can learn from every single one of them. But not one of those people is doing the right thing. There is no right thing.
Yeah.
And so when there's a situation in your life, don't worry about what's right or wrong. Just persevere and have confidence, because the next guy doesn't know what the fuck he's doing anyway. Don't follow them. They're not necessarily doing the wrong thing, but they're not necessarily doing the right thing either. Don't follow the other person at all. Ever. You see a majority of people doing something, gets over 50%, guaranteed whatever the majority of people are doing is wrong.
Well, I'd say it's worked for you. I mean, you definitely.
Whatever. Look, I used to go to work, and I'd be in rush hour traffic, and I'd say to myself, "Well, I must be doing the right thing because this is what everybody else is doing."
Everybody else is
Wrong.
Yeah.
They're watching TV. They're wasting time on Netflix. They're whatever they're doing in their life, and
They're missing out on the real stuff.
don't take guidance from other people.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah, you can't tell me what to do. What the fuck? Yeah.
All right. Well, you've obviously recognized at Bonnaroo and a bunch of other music festivals. Do people come up to you and want to dance with you? Is that all right?
That's the whole idea.
That's the whole idea. All right.
No, when I'm at a festival. First of all, I have no inhibitions. Okay, so I don't worry about what I look like. I just threw the word out of my memory. I don't have inhibitions. So, and second of all, wherever I go, because I have no inhibitions, I always have the most fun of anybody, always. But when everybody else is having a good time, I have an even better time. We all have a better time, but I'm on top. I work for it.
Yeah, you definitely did.
And so when I'm at a music fest, I'm on duty. I'm working. I'm acting as a backup artist for the artists that are up there playing on the stage.
Yeah, yeah. I saw you last night.
I'm the cheerleader for the band. Although String Chief doesn't need my help. Bless their heart.
They did fine on their own.
They can make it on their own. They can get their own food and tie their own shoelaces. Yeah. They're fine. But I'm there to encourage the people to let go and realize that life is really short, and that if you're not hurting anybody, you can do whatever you want. And that's what I'm trying to express through the dancing, is that life is really short, and if you're not hurting anybody, then that's what you need to be doing. Yeah. And you got to do it right now, because tomorrow will go, and next you know, your life is over. And so I go through the crowd, and I try to find people that are at the festival that didn't come, they're not dancers, or they didn't come specifically to dance. And I can tell who they are. And I will dance somewhat near them happily, thank you. And they'll see how happy I am. And they'll start to loosen up. And give me about a half an hour, and that guy or that girl will be dancing. We'll be dancing.
There you go. Yeah. So if somebody
recently, the last 3 or 4 fests I've gone to, it's my credo to dance with as many people as possible.
Okay. So if somebody sees you in a crowd, they shouldn't be too shy to come up and say, "Hey," talk to you, dance with you.
I have no inhibitions. I have no care in the world other than that we're at a music fest and we're here to celebrate. Let's dance and let's celebrate. I'm completely loose. I don't put out any sort of feeling that causes the other person to remain in their shell.
Okay, yeah, that's what
I draw them out. And the last couple of fests, and so I'm working the crowd the whole time. So you always see me going through there, and the last couple of fests, I've danced with more guys than I have with girls. Which, sorry, girls, but the guys can be fun too, because you didn't expect them to dance. and I'll try to pick out a couple, and what I'll do is I'll come from the side where the girl is. What you have to know is I don't pay any attention to anybody who's not dancing. You're like a tree. I'll go around you. I'll never acknowledge you're there. You're dancing, I'll see you immediately. But if you're not dancing, you can only bring me down to your level. You got to come up and meet me.
Come up to your level.
That's the whole idea. We're here to celebrate. Let's celebrate. I'm celebrating. Join me. And so what I'll do is I'll pick out a couple, and I'll come in from the side where the girl is, and she's going to expect that I dance with her. It's just the way girls are. Which we like about them. Yeah. But I'll go right past her, ignore her, and I'll stop in front of her boyfriend. And the next thing you know, her boyfriend and have been, and I go real slow. This is not a contest,
Mm-hmm.
and they see how relaxed I am, and they let go. And then you look over and you see the look on the girl's face. It's like, man, I've been trying to get him to do that for the longest time.
All it took was you.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, it's 10:30 or 11 o'clock at night, and you look around, you scope out the whole crowd, and they're all dancing. That wouldn't have happened if I hadn't started 5 or 6
Right.
hours late before.
Yeah.
Oh, there would have been some people dancing. They would have gotten lubricated or whatever. But I'm here to show people how to enjoy life.
I love that. All right,
Not
so
as much as I do.
good. Yeah,
Well,
no,
I
I'm.
get to dance with everybody for 7
What
sakes.
could be better?
That's the whole thing. I can't. That's at times I'm the happiest guy on the planet. I have over 10,000 people come up to me a year.
I was gonna say you're pretty.
They flood
well
up
known.
to me. Bonnaroo, they're going to be flooding up to me.
Yeah.
And thousands per festival. And they all say the same thing. Bless their heart. And they tell me how happy I make them with the dancing.
There you go. Come say hi to Chris, and if you see him out at Bonnaroo.
Well, I put it out once and it comes back 10,000 times.
Yeah.
And there's times that I'm the happiest guy on the planet. I was at one fest and one guy goes, no, I'm the happiest guy on the planet. And I looked at him, I said, you can't be. You're arguing with me. He goes, oh, touche, you got me on that.
Got him.
I
Got
said,
him.
second place is good enough.
Yeah.
But there's times I get knocked out. I got knocked out off the top place on the planet short while back. But I'm back very close to that again.
Back on top.
Yeah.
All right. So we said it's not about the music, but where you?
Don't shh. Don't tell the music. I love the musicians.
Well,
I
that's
have music
yeah.
for you. I can't help but love my brothers up there. I don't know the first thing about music because I'm a really logical person, even though you might not realize it. I don't know the tempo from a crescendo or whatever key they're in. I have no clue.
Right. Well.
But I would pick it apart if I did.
Mm-hmm.
But I get the flow.
Well, Bonnaroo's coming up. Who are you looking? Are you looking forward to anyone? Where are you going to be dancing at the most? Have you even looked at the lineup?
I never look at the
Never
lineup.
look at the lineup.
No, I love music. I can have as much fun. Actually, I can have more fun dancing to high school marching band than string cheese. Again,
Yeah.
string cheese doesn't need my help.
Right.
Keep getting back to that. But think of the high school marching band. They put on their uniforms. They're eating hot dogs. They're in this hot school bus. They're standing around and they're playing this thing that they practice a million. It's kind of boring for the band member, or they could think of other things to do.
Mhm.
Okay, but they're there and they're part of the band, and there they are. And so they start playing, and then I buzz up to them, and I start dancing full speed to them, and all of a sudden, I don't know how many people are in a marching band. Let's guess 26 or whatever. Yeah. All of a sudden, you see 26 people smiling.
Mm-hmm.
And so it doesn't matter the music. Again, it's about people.
Mm-hmm.
I'm connecting with the people that are making the
So
music in this at this point.
Right. So you're just looking for the people. That's where you're going to be at, right?
No, you're saying what band do I go to? I don't look at the lineup. I like every single band, small or big. And then what I try to do is I'll have a list in my pocket, and I'll have my own handwritten schedule, and I'll try to catch it. If two bands overlap, I'll cut out in the middle. But
Yeah.
I'm on a schedule. I don't even. Sometimes I'll look up. I'm like, oh, STS9 is playing. I'm like, oh, maybe you should check the schedule. yeah. So.
Well, thank you so much. This has been great to meet you and talk to you. And just so happens that your camp, just down the road from me, just ran into each other.
And it
so.
just so happens that String Cheese put on this great cave jam, and they're going to be playing 2 more sets tonight.
They sure are, yeah.
That sounds dope to me. Let's do it.
All right.